on me, but lately I've been feeling something missing. I don't wanna settle anymore.
What's up, YouTube? In this video I am going to give you guys a tour of my home studio. So check this out.
A few inches later.
Alright guys, we're back. So first thing first is you walk down these steps through my house, down here, it's a little drop off, and you're in the studio. So now if you guys watched any of my previous videos, you know that my camera usually sits here and I stand right here and I talk. And this right here, it's a pretty big table. I would say it's about 4 foot wide by 3 foot. This is a drafting table, and I knew I wanted to use a drafting table instead of just a regular desk because this one I can tilt. It's got handles on the side. I can raise it up and down. It'll go about this high, or I can tilt it 45 or even 90 degrees, and that to me, it doubles more as just a desk and also a workstation. So with that, on my desk out here, there's usually my laptop, which this is the Asus ROG. This is what I do all of my editing on out here and on the go. I actually have 2 workstations in my house. I have this one, which is kind of the one that I can come to. I can shut myself off. I can be alone. I can be loud. And this one, I can paint the walls. I can paint the ceiling. I can do whatever I want here. Now the one in there is actually a study in my house. That's where my big PC setup's at, my big editing workstation. So if I want to be in there where my family's at, so I'm not secluding myself, I can go in there and work in there, or if I want to be alone, I can come work out here. So the best thing about this space is it's pretty modular. I can move everything from one side to the other. I can move my lights around, I can move my desks around. It doesn't really matter. So originally I was thinking, what color did I want to paint this space out here? And I decided to go with just a matte black. And the reason for that is I like low-key photography. I like to take pictures against a black background. And I knew if I just painted the walls black, I wouldn't have to worry about always throwing down a black backdrop to shoot somebody in front of. I could just shoot them in front of the wall. Now, with that said, most of my walls are chalkboard paint. They're matte black chalkboard paint. And the reason I went to do that was, one of my other videos I mentioned it, but it's so I can write on them, obviously, but I like to write quotes up here like this one: free time is the enemy of progress, perfection is the enemy of good, or reminders, like I need to get a new XLR cable, or, you know, just random things here and there, or draw. Coming up, you know, when I was young, I come from, you know, BMXing, skateboarding, and graffiti, so essentially I like to draw on the walls. So sometimes I just draw, sometimes, you know, my son comes out here and he draws on the walls. So all of these can be drawn on. The furniture's chalkboard paint, black, you can draw on that. If you hear that sound, it's the Mavic. It's actually doing, actually the update's done, sweet. So going from there, the walls are black for a reason. So let's check out some of my lighting. Here we have a Chinese lantern. That gives me a soft white overhead light. Spread throughout, I have a couple of HMI lights. These are good just for kicker lights. I use these when I'm shooting short films or when I'm shooting, you know, music videos or something like that. I usually take these with me. I usually don't have them on when I'm out here working. Coming this direction. Now my light for my videos is, I've got this black cloth over the top of it, and that's to help diffuse it and to give me a certain look that I want. This right here is a diffusion panel, but behind that is actually that ring light that I made a video on, and I have come to find out that this isn't enough diffusion for me. I like to have this in front of it as well as that black diffusion cloth. Now, in front of the drafting table is my tripod. This is a Dolica 65-inch tripod. It's pretty standard. Cool thing about this setup is I actually have my tripod on this homemade DIY dolly that I built. Now the dolly, if I have my camera on top of the tripod, I can do simple, slides by while I'm sitting at my desk, or slides by a product, or maybe an item that I'm reviewing. If you want to know how to make a DIY dolly, it's pretty straightforward, but I can make a tutorial, a step-by-step tutorial. It can be done really cheap. As you can see, the tracks are PVC pipe, and this thing is buttery smooth when you go to use it. I've used it on lots of short films, music videos. It's saved me 1,000 times. Let me know if you want to see a tutorial on that, and I will make one. Now here, when I actually have my camera on tripod and I'm shooting a talking head piece for one of my videos, I use this NTG2 boom mic. It's on a light stand, and here we have Ghostface. He just hangs there. Looking past the ring light here, there's a Reanimator poster. I have a thing for collecting original vintage horror movie posters. I have a lot actually on the inside of my house, but there's a Reanimator one of the best horror movies ever made. Here we just have a backdrop. Like I said, there's black. I have a white one. I have a green screen. All of that just stays back here because I hardly ever use it. Up here, now this is just a vanity light for a bathroom, and what I did was I hardwired a plug on it, filled it with these 75 watt fluorescent bulbs, and I mounted it up here above the garage door, or what used to be the garage door, and that gives me a nice overhead light. And I just ran the cord down, and then here I have one of these receptacle boxes, I guess you could call it. It's on a spool, and that's just zip tied to a handle that's on the back side of this door. Now if I want natural light, I can roll up these blinds here, and of course I have 8 little windows here that provide me natural light. Same here, I have a window there, and I have a window there that provide natural light. Now here, this is just a big umbrella softbox. I have 2 75 watt fluorescent bulbs in here. This shoots out a lot of light. It just aims down here at 45-degree angles from me, 45 degrees from me, and 45 degrees down onto the desk, giving me a nice even light on my face. Now moving over here, let's just check this out. This is basically where I keep all my bags. Now this is my main bag right here. This is the Low Pro All-Weather BP250. I'm going to do a review on that. That's the best camera bag that you can get for under $120, I believe it was, maybe $150, but I'm going to do an extensive review on that coming up. Great bag. It's weatherproof, holds a 15-inch laptop, holds all my gear. Perfect. So we're going to do a review on that. This is just a standard book bag. I carry that if I need to. Maybe I'll throw a change of clothes in there if I'm going on a long shoot, or if I'm riding the car for a long time and then gonna get out at a shoot, I'll throw clothes in there. Now this is my very first camera bag. I think a lot of people have had this standard Canon bag. Terrible piece of crap. I cannot believe Canon even put their name on this. The inside just tore up. I have actually zip ties because the zipper pulls broke off, so I had to put zipper ties on there just to pull those. Terrible bag, but I use it. What I do is I put my Ronin M inside there, and that does an okay job holding the Ronin M, and I carry that with me on shoots if I need to take the Ronin. Now this bag, it's a shoulder bag. I don't even know where it came from. It came from China somewhere. It is a MUCHUAN bag, Mucin or something, I don't know, but this one is a little bit more dressy. If I go to shoot a wedding, or if I just want to use a shoulder bag, I use this one. This right here is actually a World War II gas mask bag. Now what they did was they issued these to civilians. I believe this was over in the Soviet Union. They issued these to civilians, and because at that time everybody was so scared of basically a nuclear holocaust that the civilians just walked around with gas masks all day. I bought this from an antique shop. It's been verified. It's from World War II. It has all this writing in there, and what I use this for is if I'm going on like an exploration video or something, I keep respirators in here. Obviously, sadly, I don't have the gas mask from World War II. I just have the bag. So I keep these respirators in there. I keep some goggles in there, some safety glasses if I need them, and I keep this little respirator in case somebody I'm with needs one. So I think that's pretty awesome. Now, I used to be an electrician, so I have a lot of little hand tools around, and I actually have a bag of hand tools here in this backpack. And fortunately, a lot of the hand tools that an electrician would use, they basically cross over to something that you would use in the film industry for like electrical and grip work. So that's always good. I always take this bag with me as well on a shoot because you never know when you're going to need to repair something. Now, I have a lot of little things. I want to do a video soon on it about things you need to keep in your camera bag, such as a few couple tools and just things like tape. But let me put this in here in case I forget later on. Here's a tip. Anytime you have tape, make sure you put a pull tag. You see that? You just fold the tape over on the end. It's kind of self-explanatory, but so many people don't do that. They just lay the tape over, and then you have to spin forever trying to find the end of the tape. Just put a little pull tag on it. That way you always know where the end's at. So tape, I use a lot of tape. Tape measures, use them all the time. Like I said, this used to be a garage. If you can check this out up here. Here's the tracks. And I was going to take those out originally because I was like, well, that kind of makes it look like a garage rather than a studio. But I actually, one, I kind of like the industrial look of it, and two, it allows me to hang stuff from it. Like sometimes I can hang flags here, and by flags I mean like backdrops or cloths or big pieces of paper. And a flag in the film industry basically is something that's going to flag off light or block off light or help direct light. So I can hang light, or I can hang stuff there to block off light, or in this case I've got Christmas lights up here now. I can hang lights up there. I had an overhead shooting rig over there. That's what that piece of wood is. That's a big T. So that's pretty cool. I enjoy that, so I've decided to keep that up, and I might even go as far as to hang up some fluorescent lights over the top of my shooting area, my desk, just to make sure that I have better, nice, even light. Now, moving over here, I have a couple pictures on the wall, nothing too special. We have Eyes Wide Shut, it's Kubrick film, you know that. Lines, this says Take It in Blood. This is actually a web series I shot. I designed this poster, had it printed. I designed this one, had it printed to match these other two vintage looking posters. And I think it came out well. I really like that. And of course, John Carpenter's Halloween, which is the only Halloween that matters. Moving down, we have a fireplace here. This helps me out a lot. It keeps it warm in here because unfortunately this space is not heated. There's not heat vents that come in here, so I have to crank up my heat, but it does get toasty in here. Once I have that on, I have another heater. It gets plenty warm. Here we have the Ronin M. I don't know if you guys use the Ronin. This is one of the best filmmaking tools I have ever bought. If you ever have the chance to get one of these. I can show you guys some shots with this eventually if you would like, but I mean they're all over online. You'll see me using this a lot. This desk here, again, chalkboard paint, or not desk, but well, I guess it could be called a desk. It's a desk, chalkboard paint. I can write all over it, write myself reminders. It works. Moving over here, we have another workspace. We have an espresso maker out here. This is key. You always need coffee, you always need espresso. All I gotta do is come over here, fill this up, start making espresso, and I'm good to go. Here, we've got a couple old cameras. This is actually from the movie Taxi Driver. If you're familiar with the movie, this is the end scene. And the reason I like that picture and I keep it around, it actually came with a Blu-ray of that movie. And the way they shot that scene was it was an aerial shot, and it was showing Robert De Niro at the end. They actually were in, of course they were in New York, but I believe they were in a brownstone. And the way they shot it was, in order to get that aerial shot, the brownstone was 2 stories or 3 stories, whatever, but they were on the first story, and then they went up to the second story and they actually cut out a big hole and ran a track around the second story. I'll see if I can insert a clip here. And that's how they were able to get that shot. And it's super interesting to me the way they used to have to do things. They had to do so much just to get certain shots. Nowadays, who knows? Who knows how we would get it? We would use a jib or something like that. But they had to cut out the floor and basically ruin this brownstone just to get that shot. It's an amazing shot, but what they had to do is insane. Now, most camera people collect old cameras. I have some here. I've got some inside the house. This is a Kodak Duoflex. I actually converted this to shoot 35mm film. It's supposed to shoot 120. 120 is more expensive, so I put 35mm in it. This is my Minolta. You've heard me talk about this before. It shoots 35mm. Now this is a Koka 8mm video camera, and this thing right here, this is actually the same exact camera. Well, not the same camera that shot it, but this is the same model camera, same year that shot the JFK assassination. To me, that's super interesting. This right here is not, well, it's melatonin, but it's not what it is. This actually was a prop for a music video I shot where this guy's going insane. He's getting melatonin, but he pours it out in his hand because he's trying to make himself go to sleep. And it's actually bullet casings. I'll insert the clip real quick right here so you can see it. So this is a slate from a web series I shot. It's actually that one that I had the poster of over there, and the one I have the poster for here. It was called Lines. If you guys want to see that, I'll put a link below. I shot it a long time ago. It's alright. Not my best work, but it's pretty cool. We enjoyed it a lot making it. Roll of paper up here. If I ever want to shoot something seamless like product shots, all I gotta do is pull that down, roll it on down like so, roll it across this desk. I'm trying to do this one-handed. Roll it across this desk, move the espresso maker out of the way, and then light it, of course. Toss an item up here like so, and then boom, product shots all day. And then I just roll the paper back up. TV, we've got these, we got this Medusa bust, we have this Frankenstein ceramic bust, and this right here is a Freddy Krueger mask. This right here was by a guy named Addison Morer. I think Morer is how you say his last name, or Morer. I bought this from him. He's a more of an independent mask maker, but his stuff is amazing. But that's an incredible mask. There's more of a close-up of it. Looks just like Robert Englund, but that's sweet. Of course, here we have all the boxes. I always keep boxes of everything I buy, just in case. We have Pelican cases, just cases of random stuff, audio gear, all my speed lights, all that kind of stuff. Moving on here, like I said, Lines. That's from a web series I did. Up there, that right there. The most violent element in society is ignorance. Not only is that a great quote, but that right there, my wife went to a pro-women's march around the beginning of the year, I think it was, and she was carrying that sign. So I just put that up here recently, but I like to have that up there just because I'm proud that she did that. And, you know, I believe in pro-women's rights and all that stuff, so it's always good to have that up there just to remind me of that. Here, every once in a while, I paint. My family usually always gets together and we always paint pictures for the holidays, like Halloween and whatnot. This is a creature from the Black Lagoon I did. I have other paintings hanging up inside the house. This right here is from Psycho. I'm sure you know that. That's the infamous shower scene. Through this door is my laundry room, and it is also where I keep the bulk of like power tools and stuff like that. It's just a utility room. This right here is good to have. It just gives you all the coffee recipes. It has them down by name and then tells you what to put. Like let's just say Cafe Cubano. It tells you that you need cream and espresso 30 millimeters, 1 ounce, and then brewed with brown sugar. It just tells you quick recipes of all this. I drink coffee, so it's cool to have that right there. coming back over here, did I miss anything? Random refrigerator. So, we used to have this refrigerator. This is what came with the house when we moved in. We upgraded our fridge, and we needed a place to put this. So, it's too heavy to carry down to the basement by myself. Can't move it to the attic, so it came here. So I'm trying to get rid of this. The only thing this is good for is keeping coffee stuff cold, or putting old film in to keep the old film cold. So that's the only thing that's good for. I want to get rid of it. It's taking up too much space. If you guys remember, I ride a fixed gear. I have it mounted on my wall. This is the easiest way I found to get it out of my way. I just have it connected here at the front of the front tire. There's a hook in the wall, and then I just have a bungee cord wrapped around the hub here, and then wrapped around to the wall, and it kind of just pulls it tight against the wall, gets it out of the way. All I got to do is unhook 2 hooks, hop on it, and go. Take it whenever I'm ready. Something I forgot to mention: Goodfellas. Favorite movie of all time. This shot might be a little dark, so Goodfellas. Favorite movie of all time. This was actually signed by Henry Hill. He was the guy that Ray Liotta played in the movie. He was the actual real guy. This was autographed by him. So that's kind of a prized possession there. I'm a big Mafia. I don't know how to put this. I'm a big Mafia. I'm interested in Mafia stuff. I don't know why. I disagree with everything they do. I just think it's interesting to learn about organized crime and true crime, and I think it's super interesting to learn about how a group of people could basically just run a city and control so many different groups and just do it for so many years, and just super interesting to me. But Goodfellas, I'm a big Scorsese fan, so that's my favorite movie of all time. Over here, just storage, has some luggage. Here's a gas heater if I need it. I don't need it. The fireplace does just fine. This is a closet. There's more storage, lights, PVC pipes for the dolly, all that kind of stuff in there. So I'm definitely going to be updating this studio. I mean, it is what it is right now. It suits all my purposes. It's more of a studio where you can come out and you can build and you can paint and you can do all that. I've never cared so much to have just like a white, gleaming, modern styled studio. I save all that kind of style for inside the house. Out here, this is a workplace, this is a workstation. You heard me mention it's more like kind of like a Neistat studio or like a Tom Sachs studio, where it's a workspace, and that's what it is. And I like that. I can come out here, I don't have to worry about getting paint on the carpet, which I hate having carpet out here, so I need to do hardwoods, or just pull the carpet up. There's concrete underneath. You know, I like having the exposed brick. You know, I like all that. I just like the feel of it not being pristine and being able to come out here and do whatever I want. So, I mean, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed my quick studio tour. When I update little sections of it, I'll show you guys along the way. So what I want you guys to do is, if you have a video of your workspace, of your studio, even if it's in your bedroom, even if it's half of your bedroom, or if it's, you know, in your living room or whatever, show me your setup. Show me pictures or show me videos, because I'm actually really interested in seeing other people's setups. I love to see where other people do their craft and do their work. So super interesting to me. So really, I'm not just saying it. Show me videos, link me, whatever, message me, let me know. If you guys want tutorials, tips, tricks, or you want instructions on anything I do, like you want to see how to use the Ronin, you want to know how to do audio, you want more ring light stuff, you want to know how to light, 3-point lighting, or you want to know how to build a dolly, just put it in the comments. I will make the videos, because I'm looking for video ideas right now. I'll make everything you guys suggest to me. So with that said, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this. I enjoyed making it for you. I'll see you on the next one, and I promise it'll be soon. Remember, guys, just go shoot.